All right, we're joined by T-Cal, Buffed in Prime, bipslist.com. T-Cal, appreciate you making some time for me, man.
Man, I appreciate you having me on.
You've got a growing fan base here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I got to admit, because, you cover Colorado, and I remember, your account popping up whenever Colton Hood decided to transfer to Tennessee. And, I think some people in Knoxville are like, okay, what are we getting here? Okay, this is just a depth piece from Colorado, not really knowing what we had, but I kept seeing your account pop up where you were really singing this guy's praises. And then, now in August, we start hearing that from camp ourselves, like, hey, the Tennessee media is saying, hey, Colton Hood. And then game one against Syracuse, I got to say, I feel like a star was born. Yeah. Here's your chance. Take your victory lap.
Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of people, Tennessee fan base, probably assume that because they saw that he didn't start at Colorado and that, he didn't get a lot of playing time there, even though he had great production there. Like, never only started one game, but had multiple interceptions, a lot of pass breakups. And in my opinion, and most of the Colorado fan base opinion, he should have been starting. Like, he was a special talent from day one. And I had him on before he started at Colorado for a broke down his Auburn film. And then since then, me and him became close to where after every game, I'm going over his film and critiquing everything that he's doing and, let him know what he needs to be doing. This situation. Just a really smart kid, super competitor. So when he had entered the portal, I'm like, okay, somebody's going to get a special kid. And I was actually talking to some schools as well. They had reached out to me to see, if they could get him. And when Colton was deciding, because he had Miami, Notre Dame, Texas, like a ton of schools after him, he told me he was taking a Tennessee visit. I said, okay, let me pull up some Tennessee film, see what type of scheme they run. And I hadn't watched Jermod McCoy yet, who I love. Oh, my gosh, I love the way he plays. And I'm looking at their press technique scheme, and I sent him a screenshot of how Tennessee was playing. I said, yeah, this is the one. This is the perfect system for you. This is what you do best. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. His game this past week, after watching it on all 22, I'd probably rate it a B for him. Like, Colton Hood has a lot more than what you just saw in that game. So, Vol fans should be very excited.
I love that the Jermod McCoy success, led to another hopeful big success. Game one, a big success so far, but, hopefully a guy that can play at that all-conference, all-American level. But, McCoy was somebody else who, when he announced he was coming to Tennessee, I think people were a little bit more confident that he could ball because he played at Oregon State. But still, look, we're a little biased down here in the South. Like, until you do it in the SEC, until you do it at that level, people are going to have questions. So that's kind of crazy that you saw McCoy do it, and that led to Hood thinking, yeah, these are some coaches. This is a place where I can thrive.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw the way, and that's really what it was. I saw how all the corners are playing, so that let me know that's how they're being coached. The press technique that they play at Tennessee, it's so aggressive. They don't move backwards, and that's something, as a former DB, for those that don't know, I was a high school All-American, both sides of the ball, running back and safety. Played at the University of Nevada, then played at Alabama A&M, was an HBCU preseason All-American, All-Conference. Then I was in camp with the Atlanta Falcons in 2018 as a corner. So I played the position. So when I'm evaluating, it's from a different perspective. And I love the way they teach their press. I'm not a fan of, backing up a ton. I like to get active immediately. And with Colton's size, he's not the tallest. He's about 5'11", but he has really long arms. And you're able to see that Syracuse where he's able to get hands-on immediately. And that's why when I saw the film, I said, yeah, this is the place.
No, the physicality and the length definitely stood out, watching him play. The hand-fighting and just kind of, following the Syracuse receivers down the field and just staying right there, tucked in with them, just really, really impressive. And a couple times, I like my cornerbacks to kind of make me question at the end of the play whether or not there's going to be a flag, because they're right there on their hip, they're right there playing, fighting for the ball, going after the ball aggressively. Now, every now and then in the SEC they might throw some flags, maybe that happens, but that's the type of cornerbacks I like. You talked about his time at Colorado a little bit. What happened there, man? Why didn't he play? Like, is it because I feel like Dion, he wasn't the most physical corner, but like I would think he would be able to spot cornerback talent. So I think that was part of the reason the expectations here weren't necessarily high, just saying, okay, well, he didn't play at Colorado. What's he going to bring here? So what happened at Colorado?
What I'll say, it wasn't anything in his control. Every time he got in the game, he balled. Number 8 pick this past draft, T-Mac, a receiver from Arizona, who is at the Carolina Panthers now. Travis Hunter was hurt the game before Colton got a start. Colton played a lot of reps on him, locked him down, had an interception that should have been a pick 6. He knows we're all still upset about that because he got like to the 3 and tripped and went out of bounds. But every single opportunity he got, he made the most of it. So I can tell you from my perspective, there's no way he shouldn't have been on the field. Technicality-wise and just pure man coverage, he was better than Travis Hunter as a corner. He was better than the other corners. Now, he shouldn't have been competing with Travis for the starting spot, but Travis, he's more of relies on his instinct and, things of that nature, his playmaking ability just by tracking the ball. But Colton is a true man corner. He's going to get hands on you. He's going to stay square in his press technique. He's going to use his length downfield, and he's fast, like 4.3 fast, like legit fast. So you're not really going to get receivers running past him. And he already came from the SEC. He was guarding receivers at Auburn, and then he was guarding Travis Hunter in practice last year. So, yeah, it's just great seeing him get the opportunity he is now.
Yeah, the video, your breakdown against Arizona, highlighting how Hood guarded, such a top prospect. That's the one that popped on our timelines that got me pretty excited for the first time. So I definitely was thinking about that as I saw him out there against Syracuse. You talked about Jermod McCoy. It's actually such a big blessing for this Tennessee team that they were able to stumble or maybe do their due diligence and find, the level of talent they found in the portal, because McCoy banged up. Ricky Gibson, they just announced, was going to be out for an extended amount of time. I think I know the answer with the way you're talking about him, but tell the other Tennessee fans here listening, do you feel like Hood has cornerback 1 potential if it comes to a Georgia game, if it comes to him kind of having to be the main guy? It'd be great if you have McCoy out there and as a tandem, right? Then maybe you have the best cornerback duo in the country, or at least one of. But do you think Hood can carry this over against elite talent like Zachariah Branch and other guys at Georgia?
Got you. So I'll actually probably be at that game, the Tennessee-Georgia game. So,
come show love. We're throwing a big tailgate. If you ain't got plans, hit me up and we'll show you some Southern hospitality.
Yeah, I'll probably be there. And as far as Colton, him and Jermod McCoy, that is the best duo in college football. And this is from someone that's watched and evaluated over 300 corners playing in college football through the transfer portal. All the top corners I've watched. He has cornerback 1 skills. He's right there with Jermod McCoy as far as what they can do, as far as being able to stay in receiver's hip. Jermod McCoy, he dominated against Alabama last year. Just dominated. I watched that film and just loved it. Colton has that exact same thing. Like, make no mistake, it's not going to be up for debate. That will be the best cornerback duo in college football when Jermod gets back.
What are you coming to the Tennessee-Georgia game for? Just to do some scouting, just to pop up and watch a big game?
Just to support Colton. I got certain guys around college football that I talk to pretty frequently and, somewhat mentor. One of them is a guy that people told me couldn't play at the Power 4 level, and now he's first-team All-American cornerback D'Angelo Pons for Indiana. So I got close to him. I told him every year he's playing college football, I'm going to make it to a game. Colton, I'm going to make it to a game. So I got certain guys that I really like and that I've scouted that, I got to go show support.
How'd that relationship start with you and Colton?
It really just started from him coming on our show. My co-host, CT the Fan, he hit Colton up to come on our show. And I told him, I was like, man, I don't have any film of him. Like, I'm a film guy. Like, I don't do what I do for relationships. I want to, watch film. And I ended up getting his bowl game film where he had a start for Auburn. And I'm watching it. We're just talking football throughout the breakdown. And then after that, he hit up my co-host to get my phone number. And then since then, he sent me clips. Hey, what do you think about this? And then we've just been close since there. So been able to develop a relationship with his family as well. Comes from a great family. Football pedigree. His little brother is at UMass right now, and if he gets the opportunity, he's going to have a big season there. a former 4-star out of high school. And yeah, it just grew from there. And Colton, he's a kid that takes critique. And that's one of the best things about him. He doesn't just want to be praised. He wants to get better. And he knows with me, I'm going to critique you. Like, I'm going to praise you publicly, but privately, I'm going to, hey, come on. I want you to be the very best. So, yeah, the relationship's just grown from there, and just an awesome kid to root for.
Buffed in Prime is the YouTube channel. Go subscribe, show love. When's the show drop? How often are you guys doing the show?
So we do shows probably during the season like 4 times a week. We do live watch parties for games. But mainly what we do is we have a Patreon, and in our Patreon, we're scouting Colorado's opponents each week. So I'm breaking down. Last week it was Georgia Tech. Now it's Delaware. And just to a molecular level, and watching their film in our Patreon that usually doesn't go public, what to expect, what they're going to do, et cetera. So we do that, and then we have lives throughout the week. But we've been moving for the past year to just covering more college football. So we'll have a breakdown of Colton's game this week for YouTube. And, yeah, just keep expanding.
Yeah, I mean, I'm offering you now honorary Vol for life status. You're an honorary VFL. Hop on the bandwagon.
Appreciate that.
You're going to be in Knoxville. Have you ever been to a game in Knoxville? Have you ever been to a game in Neyland?
No, I haven't in Knoxville. I've been in Knoxville a good amount of times past couple of years. My cousin was coaching at Carson Newman and stayed in Knoxville. But I'm getting a Tennessee Orange hood jersey to go right next to the D'Angelo Pons one.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm excited to go to a game. I heard the atmosphere is insane.
You're going to pick a good one. Like you're going to pick a good one. It's going to be fired up. The last couple times Georgia's came to town, it hasn't gone too well for Tennessee. We can't really keep close with them. Mm-hmm. But I do think that this defense, the secondary, and if Joey can keep hitting some of those deep balls with and run the ball, I think Tennessee's got a chance right now. Did anything else jump out to you when you were watching Tennessee's footage?
Whoever the linebacker is, number 7. Oh, he's a ball player.
Yeah.
He's a ball player. And Colton had told me, he said, I've never played with linebackers this good before. He said, it's crazy, like, being on this team. And he had told me about him and a couple other guys, but gosh, he popped off tape nonstop that game.
Did you see his pregame speech by chance?
No, I didn't.
Arion Carter, he got up there, and it's the kind of speech you like. He's in there, and he's looking around, talking about how nobody believes in the team, how everyone's down on him. But he looked at him and said, I know we're better than that. I know you're a dog. I know you're a dog. I know we some dogs. Let's go prove it. And then I was like, oh, yeah. I kind of liked Tennessee flying under the radar all offseason just for that moment. So it definitely seems like the team is playing with the chip on their shoulder. You know, we've been talking a lot about Colton Hood. I imagine he's got a chip on his shoulder, coming and being slept on the way he was at Colorado and now getting here and getting this opportunity. I mean, there's always blessings and some setbacks. And, for Ricky and Jermod to be banged up, that's just opportunities for Colton and Ty Redmond and some of these other young guys to really make names for themselves. And so far it's happened. Yeah,
absolutely. And I was very impressed. One, quarterback's a gamer. Loved what I saw from him. But the running game, Star Thomas looked really good. And there's another running back. Boy, he runs behind his pads. Like
Deshaun Bishop. Yeah, see, that's a local kid. That's speaking of chip on their shoulder. That's just basically a throw-in that was here locally that was just kind of thought on as hey, yeah, sure, we'll give him a scholarship. And ever since he's hit the ground, he's been running mean. He's been running like people have been doubting him his whole life. Yeah,
angry runner. Yeah, love seeing the way they ran the ball. And I mean, that's what real football and everything starts from, being able to run the ball and then open up play action so you can take those type of deep shots that were able to take place on Saturday. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to these games coming up. I'm excited.
TCal, bipslist.com if you want to support the website. I assume you have your Patreon information and everything on there if people want to subscribe to that. And
so the website is really it's just college football rankings, NFL draft rankings. Really looking just to change rankings are done. You got these websites, On3, Rivals. All of it is based off of someone's high school rankings, which they put out. But ours is all film-based. Every single player that's scouted, it has a write-up on them. It tells you which scout scouted them. It usually has a film link. They have grades. So everything is 100% film-based. So that's what we're trying to build is a site that people can truly trust, because Rivals and On3 had Colton as a number 80 cornerback in the transfer portal. if that's the number 80 cornerback, I can't wait to see the other 79 that were ahead of him.
Like I said, talk your talk, man. Take your victory lap, because through one game, you look like a genius. Last question I got for you before I let you out of here. How high does this go? Like when you watch the game one production, when you see the length, like is this a day, round one type NFL ceiling? Is it a day 2, day 3? Like, because it feels like he's an NFL corner, but like how high do you see this ceiling being?
But definitely round one. And I say that for a lot of reasons. I mean, we could talk about his mentality, his competitiveness. Like when they played Arizona and Travis Hunter was out, he said, I want T-Mac, who is the first receiver taken. That's his mentality as a redshirt freshman. And you saw what he did in that game. But he plays with great technique, fantastic technique. He's really good getting hands on the receiver. He can run with anybody. And the things that they're going to want to see more from the NFL perspective is he has to clean up tackling. Had a couple missed tackles on Saturday, so that's going to be a part of it. And then want to see him play some more off-man coverage. But he has all the tools to be a first-round corner, him and Jermod. And that's something that does not happen too many times, where you get 2 true first-round cornerbacks on a team. And if you watch last year, his ball production didn't get to play, consistently or start many games, but was almost up there at the top for deflections and interceptions on the team. And you saw it shoot. They gave him 3 PBUs. I think it might have been 4 from this past week. So him being able to take the ball away, that's something Vol fans haven't been able to see yet. You got to see the fumble return, but you're going to be able to see him get interceptions really soon. I think that's what's going to solidify.
Being able to just scoop it on the run. That's a talent. The ball did come right to him, but being able to pick it up and turn it into a touchdown, that's a playmaker type of play.
Don't dive on this. Please turn this into a scoop and score. Yeah. Please.
All right, T-Cal. Look, the T's already there. Tennessee Cal. There we go. We're ready to make you a VFL, but I appreciate the time, man. Maybe we'll catch up later this season. Hopefully the guy keeps balling. Hopefully you keep doing your thing. Buffed in Prime on Twitter. Give him a follow. And you're already right here on the YouTube. Go ahead and go over and subscribe to his page, Buffed in Prime. I got to say, I'm starting to really get on the film study kick. And you're one of the best ones I've seen do it. So keep doing your work, man. I appreciate your time. And like I said, hopefully we catch up soon.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, big dog. And I'll see you at that Georgia game.
Hey, holler at me.
All right.